Minecraft. Doing what we always do, puttering around. But today, with a plan, we need to decorate a little bit. We've got some carpets, but this is really only 2 kinds of carpet. And more would be better. Bella is sitting right here. We'll need to move the discs here. Actually, you know, it would be better to have a chest over here with the discs, wouldn't it? It would. Hey, CG Bang. How's it going? Say sorry you missed the last stream. Well, you know, don't worry about it. You can't catch them all, and it's not like I scheduled them very far in advance. You know, I already like this area down here so much. Having the big window to look out of and be with the rain is nice, you know. And of course, all we gotta do is convince Garuda to hang out somewhere reasonable whenever we need to work on more. Because, you know, it's not finished, not close to finished, but we're gonna work on that now. So how do you make a painting? Any kind of wool and a bunch of sticks. Well, good. Now I know the painting I want the most, but if a different one pops onto the wall, then, you know, we would take that. Wow! That one's actually kind of awesome. You know, we're leaving that one. I haven't seen that one before. You say I should finish replacing the grass with stone bricks underneath the window? Yes, I absolutely should. You are correct. There should be like a layer of stone over there. Yes, indeed. Good call. But that is a very, very heavy metal painting. I haven't seen that one. We're keeping that. Yeah. There's a little full moon going on. Very cool stuff. Alright, we're gonna go to the outside and look for more stone. I've got like zounds of it somewhere, right? Right, I've got to. Yeah, we're just gonna go get more stone. I've got to have more. And where, you might ask? It will be up here. Because for some reason I decided, oh yeah, because I was making the bases of them out of stone and I didn't know how much I would need. Hey Demo, thanks for stopping by to say hello and good night. Hello and good night to you as well. Aww. Well, it was almost clean. Okay, let's just totally botch it. Okay, here we go. Much better. I thought I was gonna make it. It was gonna be awesome. And I didn't. I totally missed. Out of fuel, of course, that makes sense. Well, you know, it doesn't really need to do its job, but we're going to give it some more, because it's not like we're coal limited. And then we will take a bunch of stone, because we've got a lot of stone here. We will take, yes, that much of it, and then get to going back home. Oh, the beautiful sunrise. Nothing like the beautiful sunrise as you're above the clouds. There's quite a lovely sunset today in real life, as I vaguely caught it whenever I went outside to change my socks. Xi Jinping, you say your string cheese won't open? Oh, I feel your pain. That is truly one of the worst things that could ever happen to anyone. Because, like, you know, in the moment where you're opening the string cheese, you already have, like, a very strong concept of how the immediate future is going to go. And then when the package doesn't cooperate, you know, it just sort of throws it all into a sharp relief. You start questioning, you know, what's it all for? What's the point of thinking about the future if the string cheese won't open? Oh, I've been there. I've been there, my friend. I feel your pain. You got it? Glorious! Fantastic. I had faith all along. You're currently at VTech? Awesome, TinyZilla. I know you were very excited to get to go there, and I'm excited for you too. Alright, so... this is sketchy. I'm worried about Garuda. Where's he at? He's all the way over there doing his thing. We'll probably be fine. I mean, we can just bring him back inside. It won't be the end of the world. We are inside of the wall, so it'll be fine. We can just go and bring him into the... You know what? Let's just be smart. Why don't I be smart? I know how. We'll bring Garuda into the vault where he can supervise the vault while we work on everything here. Ah, yes. Hey, boss. I was just thinking that you should come and check out the vault where we're doing such a good job of keeping things perfectly organized according to what's on the ground. And of course, Garuda can just chill in there while we're working on this. We wouldn't want to bother him with, you know, the minutia. And this way he won't accidentally run out and make me feel very nervous, which he otherwise very well might do. And then we'll be able to, you know, work a little bit more on this, which it certainly could use. And like someone told me the other day, they are in fact the stone bricks, that is to say, they are usable, so you don't have to worry. Usable in your normal menu. You don't have to worry about getting a crafting table. I'm always doing that wrong. Alright, so now that's better. We need another... Yeah, because it's just like open here. We were doing the blackstone pillars on the house. Like so. Because, you know, evil villain aesthetic. I think I've got some more. I sure hope so. Y'all know I don't want to have to go back into the nether. I think I've got it. I think I've got like all kinds of it, right? I've got like gilded blackstone even. Polished blackstone bricks. We can make the wall out of that. No, it's not. That's not right. We just need normal blackstone. Hey, there we go. Whoops. Lots of very strategic and important gates. You got more string cheese? Nice. Truly, truly the height of happiness is when you have one snack and you're like, man, that snack was super good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna follow it up with an identical snack. It's great. That reminds me of the story of the greatest and most ridiculous sandwich of all time. I want to tell you a story about Kentucky Fried Chicken. So, years ago, Kentucky Fried Chicken made a sandwich called the Double Down. And it was a chicken sandwich without bread. It was, you could get it grilled or fried. And it was a chicken breast, and then like cheese and bacon and honey mustard, and then more of that on the other side, and then another chicken breast. And the chicken was like the bread of the sandwich, and that's what it was. There was you got it in like a little like paper thing, and then you ate it. And it was called the Double Down, and it was magnificent. It was the most excessive thing that I've ever seen like advertised. It was great. Me and my friends used to go and get them and just like talk about what a wonderful world it was while we were eating them. And I was just thinking about that. Every time I think about getting like another snack, I'm like, oh, I'm doubling down. And then I have another fond memory of the once upon a times. All right, yeah, we don't need. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll have a Blackstone pillar here, and that is good, but not here because that is window and it needs to continue to be window. Oh man, I love that painting. It's excellent. We totally need to get like a Marcus Aurelius one somewhere. I mean, we very much need to, but that painting is very cool. I can't believe I didn't know it was there. I mean, I can believe it. I haven't seen every painting in Minecraft very clearly. Garuda is continuing to inspect the boxes. He might be noticing that I am doing a terrible job at keeping things organized. How do I eat string cheese? Do I rip it into strips or am I an alien? Yeah, you know, you tear it down and like, and the little strings hang off of it somewhat. And then, yeah, and then you put it up into the air, throw it, and then lay on the ground and catch it in your mouth. You know, like a normal person. No, yeah, I mean, like, I don't like bite off the top of a string cheese. I'm not an animal. I'm a meat popsicle. I'm a robot. I really like that painting. That is a good painting. We need another painting, though. Can I make one? Yeah, probably. No. More sticks? Probably need like 8 sticks. Let's see if we get a super awesome painting. Okay, so it needs like a 4x4 space for that, so that probably explains why I wouldn't have seen that painting before. But we need a nice Marcus Aurelius painting. But if we're gonna do that, then we need more wall here, right? Yes. And anyway, we need this to be more regular. There's no... Yeah, so there's hillside here, but this should still be, you know, like house. Yes. That's an articulate way to say it should be made out of planks. It should still be house. There you go. That's a way to talk about things. Because otherwise it's just dirt, right? No, not that one. That one. Oh, I'm out of that one. Hey, Natasha. Look at the sick painting we got on the wall. I'm very excited. Groot is hanging out in the vault, so we don't have to be worried about it. It being the hole in the world here. We need another color here. What do we need? Orange, probably. Like a light blue. Both of those are good answers. Can you dye the wool, or do you have to dye the sheep and then cut the wool? We can find it out. Say Skull and Fire Sick. Yeah, that was the very first one. I was hoping for the Marcus Aurelius one. I think it's Marcus Aurelius. It could be a different emperor, but I think it's Marcus Aurelius. And then this one popped up, and I was like, you know what? We're not taking that off the wall. We'll find another good spot for it. But quite excellently, every time one of the songs that I normally use as an ending song comes on the playlist, I sort of like have like a Pavlov response, like I'm supposed to just like start looking around. I'm like, why is Luca not dancing? But yeah, you can totally see it from out here, and ooh, lightning, thunder. But I actually love that. Just Tropus sitting there with this very heavy metal painting. I really like this. You know, because now the top part of the house doesn't matter at all. When are we even going to go there? But that is the pleasant crackle of a lightning rod doing its job. After all, if your house is made of wood, and mine is. So long term, we either make all of this wood, or we put like a sick gilded black stone facade on the aft side and make it look even more like an evil Bond villain place, which will be accentuated by the awesome Skull on Fire. Hard to say. I've been shot. This attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. I have no room to pick up any bones. This is a great tragedy. 5 bones from one skeleton? That's good. Hey Sid! How are you? I'm doing well. I'm excited to see you. I hope that you are well. I have actually been doing stuff. We'll go to sleep real quick and then... and then show it off. So, what I've been doing for the last 100 days, because it is now day 518, but from day 400 on or so, I was building this river. It still needs a lot of work, but here it is. I dug like the whole thing. There's this whole big old thing going on, right? There's like a sunken city underneath it, and we're working on getting like coral and stuff. Also, we got some skeleton horses. Not important, not really part of the narrative. Just a thing that happened recently. And so there's like a sunken village here. It's not much of a village yet. There used to be more people here. Also, that horse is also not part of the narrative. But these dudes live down here and do like some fishing and stuff. And we're gonna do like a whole like forgotten civilization under this river that we put here, because it used to be like a ravine, right? But then we elected to make it more interesting. And then I was like, hey, now that I know how to do that, why don't I make this big lake? So I made this lake. It was already sort of like dug out here, right? And then, so I brought a lot of good turtles. I don't know if this is one of the guys. Yeah, Raphael. This is my guy, Raphael. You would have heard of him before. you know, cool but rude. We got this cool waterfall that we made, and then I put like some fancy stuff into it, you know, to make it glimmer in the light, and yeah, and then we brought some fish, and we made some coral stuff, and that was like, yes, indeed, the best turtle. You understand. But we've got some other ones, you know. Not all the turtles are part of the crew. Some turtles are just, you know, themselves. This is probably Michelangelo. Yeah, you know, he is partying. He was just like hanging out with the coral, regaling them with tales of when he used to wear a bandana and fight crime. But yeah, but that was the big last project, and since you're here, we'll have to say hello to the mooshes. Look, it's baby moosh. It's Mooshy Smalls. And of course, Doug, who I believe you named. You know, Doug is still doing excellently. We've been planting lots of pitcher plants all over the place, thanks to Doug's hard work. Oh yeah, and we got and then we expanded the house a little bit because Atropa finally showed back up. Like 500 days for me to find a black cat, right? There might have been one that I just missed. It's possible. But yeah, you know everybody, you know, we got Kalsai, we got Luca hanging out. Garuda's in the vault because we're working on the walls, and you know Garuda, he won't sit still. He's a creature of his own mind. That's what everybody loves about him. You know, wouldn't change it for the world. Beds can float, that's good. That's not what I meant to do, that's what I meant to do. Hyder, you say I should make an automatic sweetberry farm. I probably won't, but that does sound interesting. You say these are such good cool builds in Terraforming. You love it. It's so fun seeing the game again. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, you know, because normally I don't have ideas like that. You know, I'm a boring guy. I just plant a lot of wheat. But the idea for the river came in like various things, and because a bunch of villagers kept getting stuck down there, and there's this lake in my home state where my family went like every summer. That's where we went on vacation. We would camp up there. We just called it the lake, but it's called Greer's Ferry Lake, and it was an artificial lake. Like they built a dam and flooded like a town that used to be down there, like a little village. You know, it wasn't huge or anything. Like an Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And pink petals, that you get pink dye from that, right? Right? Yeah. And proving that I have absolutely no taste, we're just going to put a bunch of pink ones around, because that's good too. And now we're going to go get some orange ones, because again, my only motivation with colors is to do stuff that reminds me of Nintendo 64 controllers. So they had the first party ones and nobody cares, right? But then, do I just crack a couple of these tulips? I mean, probably. Yeah, probably. I can always go get more. Look, the current demands of aesthetics are what they are. We need a light blue one, though. Alright, light blue dye. Let's think. We probably just, like, have some laying around, possibly. We could just check a crafting table, and it would tell us how to make it. Minecraft. That is not the right keyboard position. Blue orchids or blue and white dye? Which one's easier? White dye you can get from like bones or whatever, and blue dye you get from lapis. That sounds easier to me. No, I can't dye the carpet. That's the wrong way to dye it. There we go. Alright, this has been an amazing experience. I can't believe I did so good finding those dyes and making carpet out of them. Now, to make an abomination of color. Oh, it's so great. If you're wondering if I'm trying to make specific shapes, no, I'm not. Thank you for asking. Anyway, my vaporwave carpet continues, and it's just so wonderful. This is my idea of a great time. No, we have to... What am I doing wrong? No. That's not... Alright, I don't understand what I'm doing anymore. It was going great. We were on fire. So confused. Anyway, because it was like we used to have our blue dye and then you know, oh, we just kept on not making the white dye. That's what happens. And I thought I was doing it. Now it makes perfect sense. All right, that's what was going on. Hey, mystery solved. Big ol' mystery taken care of. Alright, now for increased colorless theory. More carpets! This is what the people need. They need carpets, alright. It doesn't look like anything. It's perfect. It's incredibly loud and absolutely terrible. I love it. It's probably going to stay that way forever, you know. We don't have to look at all of it at one time, and that's good. It's, look, I don't know anything about colors, but I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to use that. Natasha, say it's great seeing me start to do stuff I enjoy. It just took 300 rolls of 400 days. Look, sometimes it just doesn't make the thing whenever I think it's making it, right? You know, we need way more books than that. I'm afraid we're gonna... we're gonna need so many more. Did I ever make another painting, or did I get totally distracted from it? I did make a painting, but we didn't have anywhere to hang it on account of conditions. I remember... What? Okay. That's different. I have seen this one before. It's like a little karate thing. Alright, you get that one again. Sure. Is that like a street light or a wall? I don't know. Okay, so it can cover up glass, and apparently it's just giving me these same weird ones. Alright. That's actually quite excellent, but it's covering up the glass, and that makes it unsuitable. You know, that's very cool, but I've already got one. It is all that it wants to give me. Okay. I give up. We're not gonna put one there. You know, that's good. I like that. That's a good little combination. That's good. Did I build a beacon? Yeah, it's over there. It's just a little one. I could probably build a bigger one. I've got like a lot of gold or whatever, but really I just built it because people are like, oh, you could build there. You can put blocks to limit the sizes. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So if you have the really big space for it, then it would try to, you know, cycle through more things. Right. I kind of like that one, though. I guess we'll make more. Using these sticks and, you know, these sticks. Huzzah. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. That's my guy, Marcus Aurelius Antoninus, except no substitutes. Unless it isn't, but I think it's him. Look, I'm not going to say I would know him anywhere, but I immediately thought it was him when I saw his picture the very first time in the game, and I continue to think that it's him. But that's all good. Garuda has been inspecting the vault. He is probably gonna be super mad on account of how nothing is organized like it's supposed to be. Here's some seeds, boss. He'll have to forgive me, or not, as he prefers. You know, I actually did the stuff that I was supposed to do in the video title. That's different, you know. Couple nice paintings. I mean, a couple excellent paintings. My favorite painting, and then, you know, this one, which is much better to sleep under than the watchful gaze of Marcus Aurelius is. But yes, you know, it's really Garuda who's always given us the courage to go forward. The very best. There's a zombie somewhere. We'll deal with that some other day. Oh yeah, they're outside of the wall. Oh, what are you stuck in the moat on the other side of the wall? Dumb zombie. I think I locked the door. Haha, you know, that's what the moat's for. They think they're clever, but they're not. Well, I'm so glad you got to make it, Sid. It's wonderful to see you. But unfortunately, the video must come to an end. It's a little late for me, but I invite you all to sit, stand, or kneel for the national anthem. It is picked up by Lena Rain. Luca is dancing. Garuda is happy. I'm happy. It's a great day. You say it's late news, but did I see the new update with the Happy Guest? Yes, I'm very excited. I haven't looked too much into it, but I saw that it's a thing. I've already named him. We're gonna call him Cornelius Vandergast. Normally I don't like pun names like that, but it just popped into my head whenever I saw him with his cute little goggles, and I'm like, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta call him. No, I'm glad you made it too. I'm glad I finally had some actual Minecraft to show you, and not just me like. I mean, I guess it's all Minecraft, right? What was I even doing earlier? Building the canal? Yeah, that was a lot of it. Because the canal's like a great accomplishment, but it's not very aesthetic. The river is aesthetic. I'm so glad Atropa is back. I was missing her. We've got everyone in the crew together. Natasha, you saying the canals were like a job? Yeah, you know, I was enthusiastic about it. I do wish that it had worked the first time and not the third time, but you know, I only lost heart, you know, twice. But you know, we were looking out of our little window the other day, up in the house, and then when we found Atropa, Natasha pointed out that the house was getting crowded, and it was. You know, we had a whole lot of pets in the house, but you know, things are much more open now. You know, we got some nice art and some nice wool blocks to bounce around on. You know, you can never have enough of those. CG Bang, you said you finally uploaded something that's only 10 seconds long. How do people have schedules? You know, I don't know. I don't put any effort at all into what I do. Yeah, so I think other people that, you know, like edit their videos and stuff would be able to give you more input. But I'm delighted that you guys are here. Unfortunately, that's the end today. Sid, so good to see you. Good night, CG Bang. Good night, Natasha. Good to see you too. Hyder, good night. Glad you guys could make it, and you know, probably be streaming something in 8 or 9 hours, you know, for a bit in the morning, and then, you know, all of that boring stuff. It'll be all the same stuff I normally do, unless it isn't. But good night, everyone. I will hopefully see you all some other time.